Welcome back to the Division 2. In this video, I just want to talk to you guys about the fact that I feel the entire studio, Massive Entertainment, are becoming incredibly lazy. I don't think it's anything to do with the holidays or anything like that. I did go through the last state of the game, which I believe was the 2nd of December, just to make sure that I had everything on point and there wasn't me saying, oh, they haven't done state of the game for a month, without knowing that they actually said they're going to be taking a break until next year. So they did say that 2nd of December, their final state of the game, they are taking a break. Totally understandable, it's the holidays, but at the same time, they've still been posting weekly recaps until we come to the Christmas Day one. And obviously it's Christmas Day, but they have posted stuff on their Twitter 2 days before Christmas and 2 days after. So if they can still post things on their social media accounts around the Christmas holidays, then why haven't they given a weekly recap about what's going on within the game? Not only that, but when there were a couple of title updates, I think, they were not doing State of the Games to talk about what's new in the game or anything like that, and that's something they've normally always done. So I really don't know what's going on with this game anymore, and there's something relatively interesting. I don't know what to make of it, but before we get into that, they are not talking about anything. The latest maintenance they did, which was Tuesday the 29th of December, they did a maintenance. They didn't even post, like they normally post the day before and say, like, agents, blah, 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 the servers are going down, estimated downtime 3 hours. They didn't post anything about the weekly maintenance. Even if there aren't any notes, they normally still post and let everyone know that there is going to be a maintenance. Scheduled, unscheduled, they're normally, like, on top of posting about that stuff. But they haven't bothered. And I think they are dropping off because there's just nothing really being spoken about within the game. They are doing State of the Games every now and then. There's nothing really interesting in those. I actually got bored of watching. I didn't watch the last couple because I've watched every single one before that, and there's just no point watching them anymore. They don't talk about anything interesting, except for the thing that I heard when I flicked back through their last one to kind of try and find out what's going on. So they said that there's not going to be any more State of the Games for this year. And a lot of people are thinking that there's not going to be a Division 3, that the game's going to go into maintenance mode, and I was led to believe that that was going to be the case. But after hearing what I heard, I'm totally unsure, and it baffled me to hear this. I only watched like a minute of the State of the Game right at the end. And Trick, who is one of the developers, said that, like, that's the last State of the Game for the year, and because of the current world situation, there's nothing could happen that was special. But Trick went on to say that they're going to, like, it would be nice for the final State of the Game in 2021 to have something like streamers on, Christmas lights, and, like, celebrate the holidays and make up for this one that's been terrible. So that's got me thinking, is there going to be a major DLC drop in March? Is there going to be new seasons? I do think after hearing that, something is going to happen within this game. Or whether it's Division 3 or they're going to carry on with Division 2. We don't have any idea, but I don't think they're going into maintenance mode and just dropping the game. I don't think that's happening anytime soon. At the end of the day, as much as we rant about the game and we say that we hate it and, oh, this is broken, that's broken, as much as that all happens, I do think it would be nice to get a bit more DLC for the game. I mean, we've been missing content for like nearly 2 years now. It started getting worse and worse after they released Warlords. There's still a heavy amount of problems in the game. I still hear every now and then that people can't access the classified assignments, which were actual paid DLC. And then since Warlords, there's been loads and loads of problems. People have been, like, the community got divided between the level 30 players that didn't buy the expansion and the level 40s that did. And even recently, there's been even more problems popping up. Like, the level 30 players got completely screwed over. It was like, are you really going to continue playing our game? if you're not buying the expansion, because we're not putting anything in the game unless you have the expansion. But even with the expansion, they haven't put a lot into the game. It's just been the seasonal content, and I've got a follow-up video for this, talking about the current manhunt for Season 4, because it's irritated me a little bit just how lazy that was implemented too. But I find it interesting how they're, like, if there wasn't going to be any sort of DLC, if there wasn't going to be an announcement for Division 3, or if there wasn't something going on within the studio for the Division franchise, I don't think Trick would have mentioned anything about a state of the game for the end of next year. I think they have stuff planned, and Ubisoft has given the go-ahead because it was possibly in development for a long time or whatever. I think Division 2 actually kind of caught up with sales during Warlords, and I think they've done okay with the seasons. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't purchased into any of the premium tracks. I played the first season's premium track because that one was given free when you purchased the expansion. But I haven't bought any others, and I know there are a lot of people that haven't bothered either, because like most of the stuff you can just get from playing the game. But it's stuck in my head now after hearing Trick mention the final state of the game for 2021, like having something special happen. It's like triggered something in my head, and I'm really thinking they are going to do something. But at the same time, if they are, we do kind of need to hear about it before the end of January, in my opinion, because the game's yearly cycle begins and ends in March, because that's when the game released back in 2019. So 2019, game released, you hit March 2020, the game goes into year 2. You hit March 2021, the game goes into year 3. If we don't hear anything before the end of January, then I'm not sure what's going on, because I can't remember exactly when Warlords got announced. I think it might have been like a month before they released it, so I don't know, we could go all the way until February. But I do feel that they have to be more transparent than they've ever been, because the numbers are dropping off, people are getting more and more annoyed, even fanboys are stopping defending the game and stuff. They need to do something, and they need to do it quick. I would be happy to sit there and try new content and stuff, as long as it was new content. I'm sick and tired of doing the same missions over and over again. I'm popping on once a week to do the manhunt because I want to take down Fei Lao. I've had a look at the apparel event, not really interested. It does seem to be better than some of the previous ones, but I'm still not bothered about clothing. The only thing that I'm really interested in are the emotes, and that's just to sit there and have a laugh with my mates whilst we're waiting for, I don't know, someone to go to the toilet, whilst we're waiting for a mission to start or something like that. We just have a little mess around with the emotes, but clothing I'm not too bothered. So hopefully, if they do have these plans, if there's Division 3 or if there's going to be a major expansion or something, I'm really hoping we hear something very, very soon, because I feel it needs to be soon. I don't think they can hold off as long as they did with Warlords. Something needs to come about, and we've got title update, can't even remember which one, I think it's 12.1 or something, which is coming February 2nd with the next gen upgrade, so possibly around that time we could hear something. I don't know, but I'm getting sort of discussions and stuff out there and trying to keep you guys up to date with it all. But that's going to do it for this video. As I said, there will be a follow-up about the manhunt because I'm not exactly happy with it. It feels very, very lazy, but I'll explain more in that video. So let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments. And I did also recently mention that I just don't have the time anymore to sit there and go through all the comments. I do still read them all, but in terms of replying and stuff like that, I can't get the time to do it, especially at the moment. I will still give hearts on comments I feel deserve the heart. I will reply to a few here and there when I can. But other than that, I will just be reading them, taking your feedback and stuff on board. And if you have video ideas, I'll happily give you a shout out during the video to let everyone know that it's come from the comments. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it.